out the window at night time and look at the stars and ask yourself, do you think you will get on a star? Do you think your dream will come true? Do you hold your hand to your heart and never let it go? Do you hold on tight with all your might and never let it go? And hope that one day your dreams will come true. They basically lived out in the country, and it was a quiet neighborhood. It was a nice day. The sun was shining brightly that day. And this was also the day when their cousins were going to come over, and they were looking forward to seeing their cousins. David was basically in his room, and then suddenly he heard a knock on his door, so he started to answer it. It was David's sister, Sarah. She said, "The cousins are here. The cousins are here." David said, "Okay, let's go see the cousins." Sarah said, "Okay, let's go." David basically asked Holly and Tammy and said, "So guys, what do you want to do?" Holly said, "I don't know." David said, "How about we go for a walk around the property?" Holly said, "Okay." Tammy said, "Yeah, that's okay." David said to the boy, "What are you doing on our property?" The boy said, "Well, I'm on my property, but I accidentally went onto your property. Sorry about that." The boy said, "Well, have you ever heard of the legend?" David said, "What legend?" The boy said, "The legend of the four swords." David said, "Yeah, I heard about that." The boy said, "Well, I guess I'll go back to my property. Bye." Just like that boy ran off. And David said, "Boy, that boy did run off. Do you think that legend is true about the four swords?" Tammy said, "I don't know." Holly said, "I don't know." Sarah said, "I don't know." David said, "I think we've done enough walking. Let's go back to the house." They basically were back at the house and they went inside the hut and basically played board games and then it was dinner time. They had a barbecue for dinner, right? They had burgers on the barbecue and sausage and it was delicious. Basically, daytime turned to nighttime, and it was nighttime. The cousins were going to sleep over at their house, so they slept in the living room, and basically everyone else went to bed. It was basically the next day, and it was a lovely day. So they basically had breakfast, and breakfast was delicious. But what were the kids going to do? What was David, Sarah, Holly, and Tammy going to do? They were going to look for the four stars this day over the property. They knew that the four stars were on the property because they had a guess. David said, "Okay, we found one sword. Now we're going to find our three and let's hope they're on our property." By the time they found all the swords, it was later in the day. It was around dinner time. So basically, they put the swords in the basement, and then they went upstairs to have dinner. And dinner was delicious. David was told at one point in his life about the legend of the four swords that it had to be at night and you had to have all four of the swords. And it had to be fallen. So they basically trusted David and they went outside with the four swords and they were going to put them in the ground to see what would happen and to see if the legend was actually true. Okay, they were outside and it was nighttime, and they were going to put the four swords in the ground to see if the legend was absolutely true, or if it was nonsense. Okay, the four swords were in the ground, and Holly said, "What are we supposed to do?" They said, "According to the legend I was told, you have to wait, and then suddenly something will happen." Basically, something magical happened that night. Light shined up behind from the swords that were placed in the ground, and suddenly something happened. Basically, suddenly a woman appeared and said, "You freed me from the four swords." David said, "Do I get a wish?" The lady said, "Your wish is something that you hold to your heart because you helped me get free from the four swords." David said, "That's great." Just like that, the lady was gone. They freed the lady from the four swords. The legend was true about the four swords, but they did not get a wish because that wasn't actually true. It basically was the next day, and the cousins had to go home, so they said goodbye to them, and they left for their home. Out the window at night and look at the stars and ask yourself, do you think if you witness on a star, do you think your dreams would come true? Do you hold your hand to your heart and never let it go? Do you hold on tight with all your might and never let it go? And hope that one day your dreams will come true.